getting a degree when he actually only sent in a check and got a diploma. It's kind of a pattern, as I said. He did it with the Wareham thing. He's doing it now.
Terry, aren't you sort of blaming the messenger when you blame Joe for this? Are you there? She's gone. 1-877.
And again, Howie, I would just add to that. I was considering saying thanks for the offer to come on, Howie, but I don't want to because, it's out there anyway. I only want to come on the show to make sure that when he says it's Joe Malone's fault or Joe Malone did it, believe me, this is something that has been widespread, and it's all over Cape Cod, and there are other things that are out there, whether they're valid or invalid. The Cape is chattering a lot about these things because I think they saw a guy 8 years ago who presented himself one way, and now the story that's coming out is very different. And I don't put myself up on any pedestals in terms of perfection or in terms of anything else. But, this is one where he's being asked the questions. He has to answer them without invoking me as the culprit.
Michael, you're next with Howie Carr and Joe Malone. Go ahead, Michael.
Hello.
Go ahead, Michael.
Hey, Captain. How you doing?
Good.
Good. Hello, Joe.
Hello.
Hey, it's Big Mike. Nice seeing you in Woods Hole today, sir.
Thank you. It was good to be there. That was a great event, a zip trip, and perfect weather and a lot of smiling faces.
Absolutely. I'd like to be the first one from the People's Republic of Massachusetts to thank you for not taking a pension, because that is one of our biggest fiscal issues here in the state.
Well, you know what? There's a new day dawning here, and man, oh man, we're looking at a stretched budget at every level of government, state, local, federal, you name it. And while I was told in 1990 the Dukakis folks who were leaving said every ounce of waste has been cut out of government. If you cut any more, you'll hit raw bone. And 8 years after we took office, our budget was 62% less than my predecessor's budget was at its peak. And, a lot of other places in government at every level, there's still room to cut, especially at the federal level. I give the examples. We did away with the lottery couriers and replaced them with UPS. We did away with the bank at the State House and replaced it with an ATM. We merged two pension funds, $15 million. Time to reinvent government. I'd love to go down to Washington on the Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac thing and say, geez, enough is enough. We're burning through money, and it's to the detriment of every American citizen.
Oh, you'll make Barney very angry if you do that. He loves.
Well, you know what? I hope Barney's going to be a member of the minority when we get there. I'd love to be Congressman 218 and take away some of his steam.
Thanks for the call, Michael. Peter, you're next with Howie Carr and Joe Malone, a candidate for Congress in the 10th Congressional District, Cape Islands and South Shore. Go ahead,
Howie.
Peter. Hi.
Hi, Howie. Joe, I'm really getting sick of this. I think that you need to stop trying to smear your opponent and actually run on the issues. See, the reason you're pulling out all this nonsense about Jeff from way back when is because you can't criticize him since he's actually become a state rep, because he's been on the right side of all the issues since then. He's been on the right side about taxes. He's been on the right side about health care. He's been on the right side about immigration. You can't attack his record. You can't attack him for actually sticking his neck out and voting for the people. So you're trying to bring up this stuff from before he ever considered running for political office, and you're just trying to smear him instead of trying to run on your own record.
Okay, Peter, let Joe respond.
And Peter, that's exactly the point I'm making, that I'm sure you're sincere in what you're seeing and feeling, but don't blame Jeff Perry's issues on me. I mean, everybody in politics at one stage or another ends up having to answer tough questions from reporters. And for you to say that's my fault, that's exactly why I came on the show. It is not my fault. And for him to consistently do that is totally unfair. Jeff Perry did what he did with the Columbia State University. He did what he did with Wareham Police. That's not me. That's him. And as a supporter of his, you should be saying to him, Jeff, what was behind your thought when you put that on your resume? Did you think it was a legitimate BA? Don't ask me to be explaining. Ask him to explain.
Peter, he did put it on his resume when he was first running for state rep. Peter, Peter's gone too.
I'm not.
Oh.
John, you hung up on me.
No, we're here. We're here. Peter.
I'm here. I'm still here.
Peter, may I ask you a question? Do you live on Cape Cod?
Yeah, I live in Sandwich.
All right. George Brennan is a fair reporter, and the people at Cape Cod Today cover Cape Cod News. The people at the Patriot Ledger, all these people, they are the ones who are doing the digging. They are the ones who are somehow receiving the information. It's not me to be blamed for that. And if they weren't legitimate stories, I don't think they would be covering